That was the Indian Head and Rainbow Falls Trail Loop in Keene, New York. The drive from my Airbnb, which was also in Keene, was about a 10-minute drive. But let me backtrack a little bit. After hiking the Caterskill Falls Trail in my last video, which is linked above, I drove about 3 hours from there to Keene, so I was on the road for about 5 to 6 hours that day. Towards the end of the video, I'll include footage of the trip to upstate New York and going back to the city. This is the designated parking for this area. I went on a Friday around 10 a.m. and there were less than 20 cars in this huge parking lot of about 70 spaces. If this parking is ever full, there's more parking along Highway 73, just pay attention to the parking signs. There was a reservation system from May 1st to October 31st of 2021, so I was able to avoid this by a week. I believe this is a yearly thing, so I'll link this site in the description below, or you can check the All Trails page before you go. The hike is rated as hard, but it was more of a moderate level hike for me. The first and last 5 miles were on a paved road and the elevation was steady and consistent throughout. However, I did hike back using the Lake Road after Rainbow Falls instead of hiking along the East River Trail. And this is because it was getting dark really quick and I wanted to take the shortest route possible. So I'd assume that the East River Trail is just like the Gill Brook Trail, but if it isn't, let us know in the comments below. Overall, I just felt better hiking in the cold weather. I couldn't believe I hiked about 15 miles and was barely fatigued, even after hiking with all my gear for the last 5 miles. If you're a beginner or don't think you can handle the elevation gain or length, I wouldn't recommend coming here. There wasn't anything interesting to me in the beginning part of the Lake Road and Gill Brook Trail until about 5 to 6 miles in, which could be a lot for a beginner. But if you do want to hike this trail, I believe your best bet would be to hike early and leave yourself enough time so that you can go your own pace and complete the whole hike. There were a few spots where I missed the trail, either due to snow coverage or just not being able to see the trail markers. So keep an eye on your navigation, especially along the Gill Brook Trail. And of course, you can check out these spots on my trail recording, which is going to be linked in the description below. As you can tell from the video, there was snow and ice throughout the hike. I did bring spikes, but I didn't have to use them. I'll link an option below if you need some. The good thing about when I went was that it was cold enough to where the mud had frozen over in most areas. I did, however, underestimate some spots and ended up getting a little dirty. Lastly, I definitely recommend being extra careful when you're checking out the Rainbow Falls in the wintertime. The rocks are covered in ice and very slippery and tricky to maneuver through. Alright, so time for vlog number 2 of New York City. This was the drive up from the Caterskill Falls Trail from my last video, which took around 3 hours. I had some food at Lake George, and the video on the right was a creepy road in Keene that I was driving alone on for about 10 to 20 minutes without cell service, so that was definitely a great time. And this is the drive on the way back to New York City after this hike. I had to stop for gas and was lucky that the gas station I chose had a popular diner next to it, which I had no idea about. This was my first meal of the day, so it was extra good. Then here I am checking into my room on the Lower East Side. I ended up getting ready and resting a little bit before heading to a UFC fight. It was my first time seeing a UFC fight live, so it was a great experience. And after the fight, I grabbed a couple of drinks at a bar, then I caught a cab and finally got to get some food to end a very long but satisfying day. And that's all for now. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also support me by clicking on the affiliate links in the description below. And even if you don't purchase any items, clicking the links will still help me out. Also, please share this with someone you want to go on this hike with and let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching and supporting, and I'll see you in the next one.